right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Drift Crisis. In our last session, our group of adventurers had confirmed themselves 200 years in the future, 522 AG, the long time following the crashing of the drift and being sent into an alternate reality. You had made your way following this mechanical song that was pinging off of nearby nodes to this abandoned space station, what you ended up recalling to be a dream station, one of numerous stations that was created and maintained by Desna's faith around the cosmos, meant as a safe haven and rest stop for interplanetary travelers using more conventional thrusters. You also realized that for many of you, the strange dream you had had around 2 weeks ago or so at this point had placed you on this station. Amara, your dream had had you accessing the airlock and one of the nearby storage rooms. Kimana, your dream had placed you in the observation chamber, where one would sit and rest to view the stars. Durgesh, yours had placed you in a medical bay briefly that you have yet to find on this vessel, but is somewhere. With life signs pinging from the port side of the ship, you eventually made your way over there where we ended off, and looking through the broken wall, you found massive lice. And I'm talking like big lice. These are good old space lice through that wall that seem to have eaten their way aboard the ship, and likely are the life signs that you had missed, or that you had sensed. Other than that, of course, there were a number of undead, a species of creature that you all recognized as Decimar, a sort of butterfly-esque humanoid species that primarily worships Desna, are numerous travelers and creatives and artisans who were theoretically the ones piloting this ship, though now undead by the time you arrived. And when you accessed the powered-down server room, a number of gremlins tried to dissuade you and get you to leave, but I think I'm going to call your group dense at this point.
I know if it would be called dense. I think we had fully aware of what we were doing. We just wanted clarification.
Self-unaware. Let's use that instead. Because you were effectively being threatened and you just kept asking questions. No response to the threats whatsoever, just, I'm going to keep asking my own questions. And the gremlins got sick of that and attacked. Unfortunately, they weren't particularly tough, so you guys killed them without too much of an issue. Have continued your explorations of the ship, booting back on the ship's power core and finding what appeared to be the stash of treasure that the gremlins were hoarding. At this point, the ship once more has power, so you could theoretically access the central computers and look up things if you so wished. There is also portions of the ship that you have yet to fully interact with and search. So the choice of what you would like to do from here is entirely up to you.
Presumably keep searching the ship, but...
This is the central computer here?
That is correct.
Is it okay after a couple explosions went off in there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'd ask.
There was some minor damage, but nothing was destroyed. It'll probably take a few hours to boot everything back up to be able to access, though, so...
We dealing with these lice.
Are you dealing with the lice?
How many lice are there?
From what we saw in the room, is there anything of note?
It appears to be a similar looking storage room. Go ahead and give me anyone who wants to like try and peek through the damaged wall can go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure. What do you know? I have an eye for violence.
Right. Well, Durgesh, you didn't roll the worst, so
Yay!
starting off with some pretty good rolls. It does appear from what you can see that the lice have probably been nesting in this storage room for quite some time. Right now, there are numerous like containers for supplies that have been chewed through and open. From what you're able to tell, there is a smell of expired food coming from within there. You're pretty certain, Kamana, Durgesh, Amara, that there's nothing remaining of any use or value in that storage room. Of course, you can't see like the southern side really well, but at least on the northern side, you haven't seen anything valuable.
Well, what are we thinking, everybody? Should we go in and see what else is there, or should we just leave the lice alone?
I don't know. They might cause me some spear itching. There, guys, you go get in front.
Okay.
These are big lice.
I got begun.
Are you guys gonna try and fight and kill him?
It appears so.
Well, I think the one point I would bring up would be if you intend to leave the station, intact, in case there's anyone else out there who might make use of it. Can't leave the lights here because they'll eventually destroy everything.
That does make a lot of sense, actually, yes.
Fair. From what you've seen, though, so far, aside from the gremlins and the zombies, this place is long since abandoned.
Yeah, but just on the off chance. That's
fair enough. You guys are then welcome to go ahead and open the door and attack the lice if you'd like.
I'm going to switch my rotor laser first.
All right. When you open the door, that's when we're going to have everyone roll initiative.
All right. Oh, just more.
Yes. There are 4 of these large vermin in total.
I rolled a 9.
And, well, Kamana, you're going to start us off, actually, as Durgesh pushes the door open and exclaims that, oh, there's more lice.
Kamana will, of course, go ahead and start with a funny anthem.
Alrighty.
So I'll make sure everybody gets that on them.
Yep.
And then she'll go ahead and
grab the anthem effect, Amara.
she'll go ahead and go for a stumble, I suppose, on that one.
You're gonna make the lice stumble?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how rude that is?
Yes.
They're gonna succeed.
Okay, fair enough.
And as the magic sort of slams into where it was, the lice sort of skitters partially up the wall and turns, its mandibles clicking slightly in the reoxygenated air of the space station since you turned the power back on. And all of them will turn and hiss at you guys.
Well, I think they know we're here now.
And
I like this initiative. It's funny.
we're going to start with this lice right here. That is going to rush towards you, Durgesh, and attack you with its mandibles.
No.
Hiya.
No.
That's a big old miss on the first strike. Guess what? This creature can do jack diddly shit aside from attack. So, attack number 2. Big old whiffs all around. Alright. Thinker, you are up. I did not place your warp reality down, so you can feel free to place that wherever you would like. If you are muted, I cannot hear you.
Shit, my bad.
There you go.
I place the field down. First action sustain, so I get my recall knowledge.
Sounds good. What do you want to know?
High save, low save.
High save, low save. Yeah, looking at these things. I mean, these things look like they are adapted for survival in space. So, likely their fortitude is going to be their best because of that. You have to be resilient to survive in space. It's also lice, so their brains are not particularly well developed, and you're pretty sure that their will is going to be their lowest. By how much? But their lowest.
Okay,
Those
cool.
dog shit.
And then I guess second recall knowledge. Any details I know about these things? What are these?
It does have to be against 2 different creatures, correct?
2 separate. Does it have to be against 2 separate creatures, or can it be against?
2 related creatures. I see. It's not a... Yeah. So you can't do it both against the same, but since there are 2 lice in here, you can't ask for a second one. No,
Yeah.
they're lice. They
Okay.
chew things with their mandibles, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Second action stumble.
Maybe just looked at it.
What is with the stumbling?
Well, if I stumble this one, it's kind of in the way of everything else, which makes it harder for them to get to Durgesh. If I stumble this one, it's a choke point.
So which one is getting stumbled? This one?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Well, okay. Well,
So
I
it
guess
will-
that they fall prone.
They will be knocked prone. And bring us to a different lice's turn. This lice, to be exact. Durgesh. It's going to try and bite you. I am going to give you lesser cover here, because it is trying to
Okay.
bite around the wall. Take your cover, good sir, and then get bitten
Okay.
twice.
No.
You're right. Oh, my dice are not hot tonight, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Amara, you're up.
All right. I think we all know what I'm going to do. Aim.
Aim, of course, letting you ignore the cover they would gain from your friends in the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Heck, opening up with another crit today.
And the nat 20, of course, ignoring Jericho's pleas for assistance.
Look, y'all are killing lice. I don't have an issue with you rolling well and me rolling poorly here. Yeah. Hey, y'all want to see a lice pop?
Yep. Oh, my face!
Sorry. Didn't think they popped that easily.
Really funny.
And then
That
a
amount of
reload.
damage would be enough to kill 2 of them and deal damage to a third. All right, last action.
I was going to reload, but it says I'm reloaded. I don't think I have a special effect to do that.
For reloading it?
Yeah. Weird.
Well, he took that one module out last time.
I meant to turn it off, and I don't think I did between sessions because I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Turned it off during the session last time.
Did I?
No,
I
last
think I did
session.
turn off. You're right. During break. I
Yeah,
turned
I
off.
thought-
Yeah, during break you turned it off.
So yeah, you guys do not actually have to keep track of that using effects and reloading buttons anymore.
Okay, so how does that work with my mobile reload to it?
You just
still
say
action.
you're reloading. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
one bullet at a time, so there's just no reload button anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll just have to tell me
Okay.
that you're reloading.
Yeah. So I did.
Awesome. Staying in place?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna move this corpse out of the way. Guess what? This lice is coming in, Durgesh.
Aye.
Are you ready for the exact same result?
Yep.
Well, you're a damnable fool because I hit you this time.
Oh no!
For 3 damage.
Durgesh is
Guys,
down, guys. I think Durgesh is down.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
Durgesh is at dying 4.
Oh no!
Durgesh is
Durgesh,
dead,
kill something.
instant killed.
Just fucking die.
Kill the lice. Pay the price.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! I need to.
Nice run.
Like, what is going to work here?
I think you can get 2 of them in, and I don't think you'll have a way to get all 3. Unless you put yourself in the cone also.
Yeah. It's not gonna work. What went from here? Yeah, I guess we could do it from there. I will step to the side. I will start by shooting this one
Okay.
as part of my auto fire.
You do know cones have to start from the side of your space, right?
Oh. Yeah.
So,
Oh, I thought.
something like that. You'd not be able to do that.
Ew. Okay. Shit. Wrong button. So I would have to still be here then, right?
Probably.
Okay.
And I would effectively say you can get either these 2 or these 2 in a cone, realistically. You wouldn't be able to get all 3.
Yeah, okay. Probably be the 2 closest. These.
Sure.
These.
You only
So my
need
primary
2.
target, I missed because I suck.
You did unfortunately miss, but they do have to both give you a reflex save.
Yeah. So I'll fire.
Here they come. That is an 18 and a 12. The
All
one
right.
directly in front of you being the one
Here's-
that failed.
Oh, that's the wrong damage button. Hold on.
You got this.
All right. Okay.
5 damage.
Eat 5. Yeah. All right. That's comparable to tomorrow.
Yeah, reasonable, I think.
I need to check off the charge. Okay. All right. I guess that's. I didn't move, so I have one last turn. I'm gonna swap my sword.
Okie doke. Guess
That's
what?
my turn.
We're going to the final
No.
ice.
No.
I'm gonna give you cover again,
No.
Bruce.
I'm busy counting my battery. So,
Durgesh is in the middle of unloading his battery because he practices safe firearms. Hey, that's a nat 1.
yeah. Nice.
And wow, I think I've rolled 4 3s so far on these lice's attacks. It's a little sad. All right, Kamana. They don't seem that
It's my
threatening. They're
turn.
lice.
Okay, I'll go ahead and sustain Anthem. And then I will attempt a stumble against the one in front of Durgesh.
All right. I love that you guys keep using stumble, of all things.
It's a good spell. It's a good spell.
Okay,
they will
the one in
become
front of
off guard.
Durgesh is off guard.
Very
And
good
that's my
spell.
turn.
Okie doke. Thinker, you're up.
Stumble the same one.
I'm going to live wire. I will first action pull my pistol.
Okay.
Second action live wire.
All right. Give me half a moment to give this guy some cover because you are shooting through Durgesh.
Yeah, take some time.
There you go.
I think that crits.
Yeah, I think so too.
Are you
It might just
style?
crit.
You
Between
didn't
my
cast your
legs.
spell, Thinker. What are you doing?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, you still gotta hit that cast button because
Mhm.
you're gonna deal some persistent damage if this thing weren't dead on the crit.
Okay, well, there you go. Here's the spell.
I'd also
Enjoy
like
it.
to be able to read things when you cast them.
I don't want you to read things. I think learning and education is stupid. And then
you
I
heard
did
it
not
here
sustain
first,
my,
folks.
I did not sustain my quantum.
Official
field.
thought process.
I dropped out of college. Fuck
Lack
that
of
thing.
thought process. Oh,
All right. Guess what? We're gonna move a corpse, and the lice is gonna go to attack.
good.
Hello.
Who's ready to watch another 3 appear on the dice? Not quite. Oh, I hit on this one. Hot dog.
Mm.
Look at that.
Sorry, Durgesh.
5 damage,
Oh.
Durgesh. Wahoo!
Oh no.
Alright, Amara, kill him.
I got-
Yep.
I'm gonna have to wait 10 minutes.
Right. There it goes.
Pop the lice. That still
That's not
hits.
20.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 damage, unfortunately, is actually not quite enough to kill.
Yeah. Then I'll reload.
Alrighty. Then Durgesh, you are up.
You get plus 1 damage
Okay.
if you hit it.
Oh yeah, you do get a sniping duo.
Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright, enough playing of guns, time to go melee here. Wah!
That's a beautiful
Ow.
melee hit.
I'm going to hero point that.
You're gonna use. Okay.
Really?
We really hate these lice, it seems.
I want
We got
I
longer
want this to
hair.
end. They're fucked.
Yeah, he's dead. Congratulations.
Alright. I shall move in and I shall
Move the
slice
corpses
this one
out
up
of the
too.
way. Sure.
Die!
That is an exact hit because of Anthem.
Hot diggy dog. I forgot to show sniping duel.
That's fine. 10 damage total to him.
Yeah.
Exactly 2/3 of his health gone.
That's Witcher.
Oh, Durgesh, you're so boned. I have 3 full
Oh.
actions I could attack you with.
Oh no.
And this thing is not smart enough to go outside after the caster. So yeah, we're gonna make 3 attacks against you. We love -5 intelligence.
Yep.
Woo.
First strike, miss. Second strike, miss. I'll give you a guess what the third strike's gonna be.
Critical hit.
Oh, it almost was a nat 20. You know what's really funny? A nat 20 would have only been a regular hit against you. Because they would have had a -4 on their map 10 attack roll.
Nice.
Alright, Kamana,
So it's-
are you going to take a sound of flesh for
Yes.
once?
Yep. Yeah, I take my pound of flesh
Squish it.
plenty.
Squish it.
Sustaining anthem, striding, and I'm gonna try and squish it.
Alright.
I think Kamana has one of the highest.
One of the higher kill counts, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm squashing it.
Kamana woke up and chose much violence today.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you've killed the lice. I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a tough one. Like that
All right.
giant scorpion I had to face a week ago.
I dealt 8
Well,
damage in total.
I'm gonna sit down for 8 minutes.
Oh yeah, because you got the
The
you got
old
the
stone.
Aeon Stone, didn't you?
Yep.
I'd like to spend these 8 minutes investigating.
Sure.
Find whatever the lice didn't eat.
Yeah, I need to get that one. Every character I have has one.
It was a piece of loot that the captain of this vessel had.
Ha.
I think everything is either eaten or spoiled at this point in here. There is
All right.
absolutely nothing of value remaining behind.
It's all lice poop.
Pretty much,
You
yeah.
put your hand through lice poop. Excuse me, your tentacles.
Tentacles, yeah.
They're covered in lice poop now, just so you know.
Oh, my treatment just disappeared.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes now. You are no longer immune to treat wounds.
Hooray.
Yeah. You kill the lice in here. Nice, just in case people do happen to come around again, but you are fairly certain there was nothing of value left behind by the lice in here.
This is
Durgesh,
lazy guy.
I am going to say at this point in time, you've seen enough of the spaceship that, thinking back on your dream, you would be able to confirm that these are the doors that lead into the med bay. Because it was the screens on these walls that you saw Red's face in your dream.
Okay.
Do we want to check this door first since we're already here?
That goes to the airlock.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
Oh,
door.
sorry. Sorry.
it's damaged.
It's partially chewed through
I'm
by
not-
the lice.
I
All
know
that
where
jazz.
the med bay is. I'm gonna pull up my rotor laser again, because yeah.
The med bay is where I died, right? In Durgash's
that's where-
dream?
That's where I dragged your corpse.
Fun. Where did I die in Durgash's dream?
Unspecified.
Oh, fun.
Durgash hadn't started dreaming yet. Congratulations, you found the med bay.
Woo.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Like, it's your typical medical lab, diagnostic equipment, numerous sensors, tools to treat various injuries and afflictions, a couple beds.
Bigger than ours. It's a lot bigger than ours.
Let's check it for medical supplies, maybe.
Good call.
The place
Yeah,
does
I'll
appear
check it
relatively untouched, and Durgas, you specifically remember from your dream where there were some like healing serums in one of the doors.
Yeah, I'll go there. Like, oh,
Yeah.
healing serums.
And you open up the drawer, and pretty obviously there are a set of 3 lesser healing potions set there, and 2 commercial grade med patches.
Shit.
And I did not speak wrong. These are lesser healing potions, not minor.
Nice.
So, quite valuable,
Then-
and they heal 2d8 plus 5 instead.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That leaves one set of doors left. We still haven't found what brought us here.
Nope.
All right. Y'all ready for the final door?
The
Sure.
final door, he says.
The final
Do-do-do-do.
door. Oh, there's a. Oh, hello.
Roll initiative! Because there's
Oh,
a
fuck.
couple more zombies running about in here.
In
I'm
hindsight,
probably
I
next to Kamana. But I did not move min character.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. I put your on.
What'd you do?
I rolled I rolled a perception instead
Oh.
of. Oh, hey,
I
look.
can set that as an
Yeah.
initiative, you know?
Yeah, I need to start
Ooh.
seeking so I can like do stuff.
Well, I already deleted it.
Yeah, alright. Well, Thinker, if you'd like to move yourself mildly, you may.
Mildly. Okay.
Mhm.
I wanted to move myself more spicily, but that's
Mm.
fine.
It's a bit too much zest for this station, sorry.
I guess so.
We don't approve of anything spicier than salt in here.
Throw the unconscious rat in there. They'll get distracted.
All right. Well, as you walk up and quickly open the doors, Durgash, much easier now that power has been restored to the station. There are numerous of these sort of undead Decimars standing about in what is otherwise what appears to be another lounge of some sort. You see another table with some nicer chairs. It's more like a dinette. There is another sort of small kitchen area, and there are even some lounge chairs and what appears to be a broken television on the wall right here. However, some of these zombies are going to notice you, and they are going to turn, jerkily making their way over to you, Durgash, before coming at you with the big old claw.
Well, I think I'm going to switch back to my sword
Sounds
for
good.
reaction on that.
Which one of them forgot to attach the Wii strap from the Wiimote and threw it at the threw it at the TV?
It was a simultaneous mess up.
Oh, I had seen
That
that.
was going to be 9 points of slashing damage. In one attack, a single zombie has done more than all of the lice combined.
Shows you just how dangerous those lice were.
Right. But of course, it is a zombie. It only has 2 actions. That is going to do the entirety. The way it moved was also kind of interesting, Durgesh. You could almost try to convince yourself that the way it, like, flung its arm was to put it on your shoulder, like, just go to grasp you. But because it doesn't have the full control over its muscles and body, it kind of flung the arm up and around, couldn't judge the distance, and sliced across your chest.
He was just trying to say hi.
Yeah, he was
Maybe.
just trying to give you
You
a pat
could-
on the shoulder.
You could convince yourself that's what they were trying to do if you so chose.
I do so choose.
The other zombie, right up here, is going to, jerkily move forward a little bit as well. Its wings sort of feebly abuzz behind it as it tries to propel itself forward. This one is going to, sort of grab onto the side of the chair as it's moving forward, trying to hold itself up still, and raise a claw out towards you, seemingly in like a gesture for help almost. But as its muscles fail it and its arm drops, its claws are going to tear through reality, and it is going to make a drift attack at you.
That's right, you do have ranged attacks.
Yeah, zombies with ranged attacks. What a horror. But it misses by 1. It's okay. You don't even really have to dodge yourself. The sliced reality just sort of manifests right next to you instead of on top of you. And you find yourself uninjured. Thinker, up to you.
First action sustain. I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
make my recall knowledge. I don't have anything specific to make about them as monsters.
Okay.
So I'm not. That's why I'm not targeting them. You mentioned 2 things about these beings attempting to act more human, act more
Yeah.
alive.
You could argue to yourself that they seem like they're acting like that.
But in reality, they're just trying to commit murder.
It's honestly a bit too difficult for you to tell right now. These things seem like they don't want to actively hurt you, but are doing so mistakenly. If you want your role to play into it, I will simply let you know you rolled a nat 1. But again,
So
they
they're
are
trying
zombies.
to they're trying to be friends with us.
Yeah, you could pretty easily convince yourself based off of their movements that they're doing that. I mean, the captain, who is ostensibly their leader, is dead, so
Yeah.
it's possible.
They don't really have a reason to hurt us anymore.
Right. Just because
Okay.
they're undead doesn't mean they're inherently evil.
So now the question is, do I use this as an excuse to waste an entire turn?
It depends. If you say that out loud, what does the rest of the party look at you like?
I definitely say that out loud. I definitely say that out loud. If
I'm
people look at me
going-
like I'm insane, I will live wire.
I will tear them limb from limb.
That's good enough for me.
All right, which one's getting live wired?
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter. I do not have to put a cover on any of them. What? Thinker.
They look
here's-
so human. They
Yeah.
look so like humanoid.
Well,
They
it's a
have
humanoid.
emotion. They have emotions. They have feelings.
Yes.
They look human. They're like, it's a giant
Oh my
moth.
god, that one back there is holding a picture of its family.
This is so cute.
It's very cute.
You hear Durgesh say he's gonna tear it limb from limb, and you're no precious.
Wait, no. He's
Your
holding a
tentacles
picture of
are
his wife and kids.
This is called a
Durgesh,
mercy
no.
killing. It's a mercy killing. We are putting them out of their misery.
Anyway, there's a third one that's gonna meander from around the
mercy
corner as
killing.
well.
Oh,
Oh look,
Nice.
he's
This
got
one
party
trips and
pu-
falls on the
favors.
ground as it walks.
Oh,
Amara,
he's
you're
drunk.
That's funny as
You
hell.
notice it like try and pick itself off the ground to fly with its wings, and they just do not get enough lift. It gets slightly off the ground and then just pitches forward. Go for it, Amara. Commit the violence you were born to.
I wasn't
Mara,
born to it. I was
commit
molded to it.
genocide? Oh my fuck.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That's a whole lot of damage.
And things you did learn last session, Amara, I'm not sure what really mattered to you, but they are zombies, so weakness to slashing and vitality. Immunities to all the general zombie immunities.
Oh, it's like injured.
Probably not immunity to
They're immune to
giant bolt
taxes.
to the head.
They are immune to taxes, yes. Kimana, you're up.
Am I? Okay. Well, you know what it is. It's Anthem. And it's Stumble. Actually, I feel pretty good about this being the last fight. So rather than Stumble, I'm going to Guidance Durgesh and Amara.
Guidance you will
no,
not stack
yeah.
with
You're
Anthem.
right, sorry. Stumble, then.
Sounds good. You said you were pretty confident this was the last fight. I thought that meant you were going to use a spell slot.
Oh, I don't have any damaging spells, so I mean...
I'm already out of spell slots.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I ran out
I've
of spell slots.
Been out of spell slots.
Amara, you're an operative.
I know. That's why I ran out of them.
I don't think you can run out if you never had any to begin with.
Functionally, it's the same.
Unfortunately, this one is not going to trip over itself, even when you attempt to stumble at Kamana. It's partially holding on to Durgesh still, with its claws sort of embedded in his chest. Slightly.
Giving him a hug?
No.
It's trying to remember. Jericho, it's giving him a hug.
Anyway, Durgesh, if you'd like to prove Thinker wrong here.
I put him out of its misery.
No! He's got a family. Durgesh, he's got a family.
That's some pretty good damage right there.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, baby. 16 points of slashing damage after triggering the weakness.
What does he think about as he dies?
I didn't
not
say he
dead.
was dead.
Oh, cool. Thank God.
Just for that, I'm using hero point for that.
First lice, now the zombies. Makes it a hit.
Hey. Trash damage.
Yeah, unfortunately not quite enough to take it out.
Is sniping duo until the next time you hit something, or
I'm sorry?
I'm just right. I'm wondering, is sniping duo just for one attack, or does it?
It is on your next attack, I believe.
Oh, then it should probably be one less then.
Let's see. Yeah, on the damage roll of their next strike made against that target.
Okay.
So, one fewer damage, that's fine. And Amara, you will have a +1 damage against that zombie specifically. But hey, that zombie gets to go here. Durgesh, you sort of like knock its arm out of your chest when you slash into it. But hey, it's got 4 arms, thankfully, so it's got 3 more to try and give you a hug with.
I forget. Is an attack a manipulate action, or
An attack is not a manipulate action, no. So just making attacks here would not trigger your hair trigger.
I only did 2 attacks here.
You did indeed. You do have 1 action left if you'd like, Durgesh.
I'm gonna punch it because that's a lore map.
I cannot believe that worked.
Eat fist.
No!
It only
Think
had
about his
5
children.
health.
Yeah.
Durgesh, after, slicing off the arm that was attached to you, carving into this creature's chest, it stumbles back a little bit and looks at you. There's this almost look of betrayal, you could argue, in its shattered eyes. I can't remember the term.
This is a mercy.
Type of eyes. I know it starts with a
They're
C.
compound.
Compound
eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it started with a C, and I was like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but brain is not braining. And as you see that look of almost betrayal in its eyes, Durgesh, you just put your fist through one of them. into the head of this creature before yanking your hand out, and the creature just collapses to the ground, completely destroyed.
Good work. We don't need more living undead.
Or what?
Yeah, party creatures.
So, while you could have previously argued that these things were trying to be nice, something within them recognizes their own kin still, and seeing you mercilessly kill one of them, they
Now-
don't have the mental capacity to recognize that you are doing what you believe is a mercy.
Okay.
But they
I
do
was
have-
just not saying.
yeah, they don't have the mental capacity to recognize that. They do have the mental capacity to recognize one of their friends being killed, though. And so they're going to, at this point, fly into a bit of a rage and attempt to actively kill you now. This one is going to stumble forward rapidly and no longer make any motions that you could argue are anything but moves to kill. As it is going to go for a claw strike against you, Durgesh.
No.
I attacked with the wrong one, but it's okay because I rolled a 3 again. Pinker, you're up.
Sustain,
Okay.
recall knowledge. I want the name of that guy's wife and kids, who Durgesh just killed. No, I'm not doing any of that. Not doing any of that. I'm going to live wire and then shoot with my gun.
Okay. Which one?
This one right here.
Okay, let me go ahead and put some cover on it real quick.
These things are mindless, correct?
Yes, zombies are mindless.
Okay. It's just,
Oh, and
wait,
we have Anthem. See, I
Mhm.
gotta give myself Anthem.
Yeah, let's have it.
Got to give myself Anthem.
That is
I only
it.
asked them because you keep giving them all these personalities. Like they're trying to reach out to you. I'm like,
I
there
was
is no
specifically
mind.
saying
Damage.
you could convince yourself that they are trying to
Oh,
if you wanted
okay.
to.
And then I'm
Well,
going
yeah.
to attempt
It's
to
funner.
shoot him with my gun.
Okay. Notably, Livewire does deal some slashing damage, so that definitely helped. But
oh, nice.
map on the pistol, not particularly great. So
I imagined it wouldn't be, but I don't exactly have a good third action.
well, you could always
See-
prepare to aid someone.
I could have prepared to aid someone,
It's true.
but
See, now,
Durgesh
if
just
the-
killed a man. Durgesh just killed a man who had a wife and kids, and I
I
don't
didn't say you had
entirely
to
feel
be-
He was
inclined.
already dead.
Wife and millions of kids and egg sacs everywhere.
This one is going to
You.
staying back. Go ahead and make 2 drift rips at you, Durgesh. Tearing through reality to try and tear you apart. First one, that's a 2 on
No.
the dice. Second
Armed
one,
and dangerous.
still a miss. Nice. Alrighty. Amara, up to you.
Alright, I am going to aim at the one that's doing the range attacks.
At this one back here, yeah, you've got a decent sight on it.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice. You know what's really funny? I forgot to have that fucker stand up.
Really funny.
Oops. Because he should have stood up and made the rip against you, Durgesh. But it's funnier if he
Yeah.
wasn't cognizant enough to stand up. Kimana, that's going to bring us to you.
Okay.
That's just pathetic.
Go ahead and sustain Anthem, of course. I mean, you know what it is. It's a simple turn for. Actually, these are undead. I'm gonna fucking step. 1 action heal.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know why I wasn't doing this before.
Let's make that fortitude save. They're zombies, so
It's
they got
not-
pretty good fortitude.
Oh God. Okay, whatever. It's
18
fine.
on the die plus 10 is unfortunately the
Okay.
exact crit.
That's whatever.
Fortunately, that's why you were doing it.
All right. Durgesh, back over to you.
All right. Yeah, it's with all the talk of them. You can almost convince yourself that
Yeah.
there's something there. I was like, can I demoralize them?
No.
No.
You can convince yourself that you did.
That is the correct answer, Amara.
Yeah.
Window.
Whoa, Durgesh,
Got your
not
sniper do-
quite critting. Had you moved to flank, that would have crit.
But I didn't have Sniper Duo on. So I forgot.
Well,
he didn't shoot that one,
sniping
never mind.
duo is against this one up here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just remembered that.
Yeah.
All right. Eat sword. Yeah.
Big 13 damage after weakness. Definitely hurts
All
it.
right. Here comes another slice.
And dice.
Then I'm gonna punch him.
The classic
Nope.
map 10 punch
Mhm.
Yep.
is a big old whiff. That is going to bring us to that zombie, and I have multiple
Prepare to
targets now.
aid.
What's
Prepare to aid.
All right, first strike is going to be against you, Kamana. Second strike will be against Durgesh. Seeing another target, as it is not quite getting through Durgesh's defenses entirely, it is going to sort of windmill both of its clawed arms at both of you simultaneously. That is going to be an impact against you, Kamana.
Mm-hmm.
For maximum damage, 10 slashing.
Okay.
And against Durgesh, once again a miss.
Miss.
Hey, look, there's another 3.
Haha.
Real consistent
yeah.
with my 3s tonight. All right, Thinker, show us something cool.
Okay, the something cool is going to be live wire.
Cool. I don't know if you care about cover or not, but if you were to move to like here or here, you could easily shoot without it having cover.
Hell not. So I'll step and I'll live. Yeah, I'll step here in live wire.
Sounds good. Good old slashing weakness.
Big shouts to Anthem.
Because you moved, it did not have cover, and that's an exact hit.
4 damage.
Incorrect. 9 damage.
Whoa.
Space zombies are kind of tough. It's a little annoying. But Amara, this idiot's gonna stand up if you'd like to reaction him.
Oh yeah.
Pow. 20's a hit.
Oh, and I'm missing 1+1 from Backstabber.
They're not off guard to you.
When it was standing up when I shot it, right?
Yes, but any reaction that triggers from movement triggers after a creature finishes
Okay.
standing up. That is a weird little nuance.
Yeah.
Normally it would trigger at that point in the move that it triggers, but specifically for standing, it triggers after the movement ends.
Okay.
It's a weird thing I've had to look up for reactive strikes against prone creatures standing.
Mm-hmm.
Can be a little sad if you have the crit specialization to prone them to be the person controlling that creature. But 10 points of damage, pretty nasty. And, I mean, Durgesh, one of these days I'm going to bring you down low. I promise.
Nah.
Well, there's the nat 20, so I think yes.
Nah.
Oh, not a good roll, though. Only 8 points of force damage.
I think nah.
Pathetic.
All right, Amara, back to you.
All right. Let's see. Someone's gonna have to move anyway, so if it survives this.
Which one's getting shot? The one doing the ranged attacks again?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Why did my anthem go away?
Because Foundry's weird, you just have to keep reapplying it.
Yeah.
It only lasts one round, the spell effect, because it's a sustained spell. So, I have to consistently reapply it, unfortunately. But a 23 hits. Love to see it. And there's a good damage roll. 14 points of damage. Neither of these zombies are looking particularly good at this point. And you have the feat that lets you... Do you have aim and load simultaneously, Amara?
I don't.
Okay.
I
So-
have
Your gun
move
would be
reload.
unloaded right now. because you would have had to load first.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to confirm. Kimana, back over to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go ahead and sustain Anthem.
Alrighty.
And then I'll go ahead and dump... actually, I'll just go ahead and step away. And then dump 14 vitality into Durgesh.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Oh, right, but
Oh, actually, hold on. Ha ha ha. Never mind. I didn't realize. I'm not going to sustain Anthem.
When you transfer, you can auto-sustain.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll transfer to Durgesh. I will,
Actually, really neat that you can also just cast the focus
yeah.
spell. As
I'll go
well.
ahead and Sparkling Performance.
Ooh, creating a diversion sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Why is my deception higher than... Oh, because the ventriloquist ring. Okay, I guess I'll just faint with... Fuck it, stumble.
Okay. That's certainly
Nothing
not
beats good
the
old stumble.
worst option.
Oh
it's
my
been a roller
God.
coaster.
17 on the die, unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, c'est la vie.
Durgesh, grab your anthem and get to work.
Okay.
There is enough space through the doorway that if you wanted to try and get to here to flank, I would not require a tumble through roll. I would just effectively count this as difficult terrain.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
That's probably better than what I was thinking of doing. Oop. I was gonna try the athletics to triple.
Not a
But
worst idea.
if I could get flanking, that's a little better.
You've seen they have really good fortitude. And 22 of
Trip is against reflex.
You're right, it's grab that's against fortitude.
Yeah.
I always get those two mixed up. 15 total points of damage. You're fairly sure one more good hit like that would finally cut through this thing's hair.
Come on. Yeah.
There's the hit you need. Let's see a decent damage roll.
1 damage.
6, 11 total damage against him. Technically puts it out of the range of death.
Oh, man.
Being on 3 hit points. However, it's a zombie. I'm not going to put you guys through the ringer like that.
Alright.
So,
Well, that's my turn.
all right, Thinker.
Not like that. No zombies. Other things, yes.
You have not
I will
sustained this, by the way, last round.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair.
Move
Live wire.
Sounds good.
I am in range.
Nice. You are
Yes, yes.
exactly 30 feet away?
Yes,
No,
I
20
confirmed
feet
that.
away.
Oh, that should be 25. I forgot to give myself anthem for this round.
Okay. Go ahead and grab
Does
it
that
for
make it
the
a crit?
damage buff. Misses the crit by 1, unfortunately. AC of these guys is 16.
And that's shitty damage.
But hey, you trigger the weakness.
Amara doesn't need aid. I'm just gonna take a.
You do have your
A map
pistol
fight.
ready. You could prepare to aid Amara's shot if you wanted.
I could. Sure, yeah, I'll aid Amara's shot.
Okay. Set up to assist Amara shoot where the zombie might dodge so it can't do so. Unfortunately, this zombie gets to go first, and Amara, your gun is not loaded, so no hair trigger, I believe.
Oh, no.
We're just going to keep going with the drift rips, though. And since Durgesh, you are the closest, the first one's going to be against
Let it
you.
drift rip. Beyblade, let it rip.
Beyblade of the future, drift rip. Hey, that's a good old minimum damage.
That's one nasty fart.
Hey.
Drift around corners. Oh.
3 damage. And, yeah, it's just going to keep putting them into you, Durgesh. You are close. You've got the sword. You've killed its 2 friends. It wants you dead and gone. Some primal instinct is telling it to avenge its friends. But it's kind of incompetent, so Amara, would you like to kill it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll reload.
Okay.
And
All right, and before you shoot, Thinker, if you'd like to roll to aid.
Hell yeah. What do you want me to roll for aid? Just an attack roll?
Yep, there's an attack roll. I also will typically, it depends on how you're describing your aid, but I will often, for attack aid, allow perception or deception, potentially, if it makes sense.
Perception, just to see if he dodges out of the way. I can.
Sure. Yeah, I argue, I would typically, I imagine, I think is the best way to describe it. Perception is like pointing out a weak spot to your ally.
18.
All right, so there is an aid button in your basic action macros, by the way.
There is, and I keep forgetting about it. I'm very sorry.
No worries. Go ahead and take your +1, Amara.
all right. I will reroll.
Sure. No. I'm so sorry. The nat 1 coming in at the worst possible time.
Wah, wah.
All right,
Womp
Kamana. The zombie is proving strangely resilient.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and get your 4 points back on your vitality network as well.
Yep. I'm gonna stride in. I'm going to transfer 8 vitality to myself, sustaining my funny thing in the process. Yeah, because I transferred. No, I have 4. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna bonk it.
All right, and are you taking advantage of the free sustain when you transfer?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'll hero point it since apparently we're hero pointing on the zombies.
You can't bring yourselves to kill the zombie quite.
It's got a wife and kids, Mr.
Kamana
Jericho.
can.
Okay, Kamana, why do you have violence so much? After Vestworld, Kamana has become violent.
Yeah.
Maybe something about working on that aria is gotten into your head a little bit.
No, it's.
Kamana's getting corrupted.
Durgesh, go kill it. Please.
Okay,
For all of us.
go walk over here. And I shall swing. Almost
Yeah.
rolled a 3.
That's probably enough to do it here.
Whoop.
One final swing of your blade, Durgesh.
Whooshka.
The head of the final of these Decimar will roll.
They're all my kills.
And with that, you find yourselves standing alone in this room. There are multiple doorways and doors leading to other spaces, but this does appear like a slightly nicer version of the guest area on the starboard side that you guys already visited. This might be perhaps like the crew's living space.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of doors.
Yes, it is. And then there's also just generally this space that you guys could look around as well.
Let's take 6 minutes and look around.
Yep.
Looking around is often a 10-minute activity, Durgesh.
Yes.
Okay, we can do a full 10 minutes.
Is everyone looking around in this space? Is anyone
Yes.
going into any of the side doors?
Head through a side door.
Okay.
I was being look around this area first.
I was gonna head through this side door here.
Okay. Taking a look around the central area, Durgesh and Amara during this period. Nothing particularly amazing. it definitely appears to be likely the staff's lounge and dining area, which, based on the structure of the station and what was on the other end, you could reasonably assume the doors are going to take you into, like, the living spaces of the crew as well. The one thing that gets any interest from you is the culinary synthesizer over on the shelf. It does look like it needs some significant repairs, but could still be fixed up and taken for yourselves, or even just broken down for parts if you really cared.
All right, better food.
Yeah, it's a pretty good item when fixed up. It converts UPB into edible foodstuffs. But it would need to be repaired first if anyone wished to actively make use of it.
I could probably fix it.
Probably. Take a little bit of time to do so.
Can I open my door?
Yeah, what was your perception check for, Thinker?
Investigating this room.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely a living space of some sort, though unlike the guest spaces on the other side of the ship, this one does have some personal effects still in it. Some
Take a nap.
star charts, like a Desmond Holy symbol, clothing that, honestly, not fashionable.
Ugly.
At least it's not fashionable in the time you're from. Nothing really of any major value, but just the general personal effects of the people who lived here. So, anyone who searches the remaining areas, it is going to be much of the same in the other bedrooms. That's the bathroom, Durgesh. Actually, a pretty nice bathroom.
Any unfashionable clothes in the bathroom?
No. These people were sanitary and kept their clothes in their living spaces.
Gotta check.
They didn't just leave clothes on the bathroom floor. But with that, you're fairly certain you've explored the majority of this spaceship at this point. Only thing really that you haven't done would probably be to go look at that server room.
Yep.
And see what information you can gather from there.
Let's check out the server room.
Server room excitement.
I would literally in all the darkness.
Because we already turned on the power cells, right?
You turn on the power. It's going to take some time to bring it all back on, to like actually bring up everything in the servers, though.
Okay, so I'll start on that.
Yeah.
And I suppose I can aid.
Yeah, there's not really a role needed for this. It's more so just time to do. Power has been restored, but actually bringing everything online and accessible is just going to take some time getting used to the systems of this ship and activating everything. Durgesh has gone off on his own and died.
I'm just wondering.
Durgesh pulled a thinker.
Durgesh is wandering through the halls and found the thing.
Ooh.
And is now assimilated and dead.
Oh man.
But,
I'm in a shower.
Thinker, it's going to take probably, by your estimate, roughly 4 hours to get things back up and running. To be able to take a look through the systems.
That's so much time.
It's so much time, but hey, future computers are a bit rough. Especially ones that have been fucked around with by gremlins for decades.
Can I use the ship's facilities to recharge my batteries?
Now that it's back online, absolutely. Yeah.
I would pass my batteries back off to Durgesh as well.
You guys could,
I got more batteries.
Absolutely, all recharge your batteries during this period.
Sounds good.
And was the generally anything else people wanted to do during this period. When Thinker gets started, it's already around what would be 5 p.m., so he's not going to have everything online and ready to look at until around 9 p.m.
Mono will just chill out for now.
Okay. There's nothing in particular, then we can go ahead and skip ahead to you guys getting the computers online. Which, after a few hours of work, Thinker, referencing your notes, taking a look to get an understanding of just the general control scheme of this ship, in the first place, is, I mean, your specialty for the longest time hasn't necessarily been on ships, it's been on, like, soundstage equipment.
Well, yeah, but look, you gotta boot up one server after fans bum rush a stage and knock over a few racks of equipment.
Yeah.
You gotta boot up every server.
Right. There's certain, like, tricks of the trade you're able to utilize, bypass some of the firewalls and password-protected areas to get into the computer. And eventually...
Maven clean, Maven install, skip tests.
Windows Defender updated. That's what took the longest, let's be honest.
I shoot Bill Gates.
But eventually the ship does come back online. And as the computers all come online, Thinker, normally you'd expect their startup screen. However, every single monitor, as they fully come online, is displaying a set of numbers.
What are the numbers?
It's a great question.
Okay, so it's displaying a set of numbers that are...
So the first 3 set of numbers, likely coordinates. But here's the thing. When you come up with coordinates on, like, a galactic scale, it gets real fucked.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Like, 47,213,854 is the X coordinate.
Yeah. So
Do
it's
you want
coordinates.
the rest?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I do.
Fantastic.
I do. Keep going. Keep going, Mr.
Negative
Jericho.
12,548,623 for the y-axis.
Okay, what about the Z?
3,457,981.
My grandma lives around there.
0.89.
Oh, never mind.
Durga's gonna, like, put his
You
head
wouldn't let
real
your
close to
grandma live
Thinker. And he's like, the number, Thinker. What do they mean?
Shut the fuck up.
Thinker has a needle put into their eye.
Now, here's the thing on top of that, Thinker. There's X, Y, and Z coordinates. There's a 4th set of numbers. 6 digits
coordinates?
only. 402,813 are the 6 digits that make up the 4th data point. 6 digits is how many spaces there are on the Signal Chaos Engine's 4th space for data input.
How low do I have to roll to think that's a coincidence?
This isn't something you have to necessarily roll unless you really want to try and convince yourself it's a coincidence.
I don't. What were those numbers again?
402,813.
Okay. Thank you.
But after you finish, are you writing those down in your book or like taking notes on your?
Those get written in my book.
Written on your book. As
Those get
soon
written
as
in my
you
note.
finish writing them on your book, the screens all sort of simultaneously glitch out and go to a regular control screen for these computers.
Can I just search? Is this isn't hooked up to like a database or anything? Where's the information from the ship stored?
Here, this is
Is
the
it like
server room for the ship. So
Can I
you
do
can
like a
access
search
info.
it through all data for those 6 digits?
For those 6 digits?
Yes. Anything containing those specific numbers.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a computers check. And if anyone wanted to aid this, they could.
Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. And you'll take a +2 from Amara.
So that's a 21.
21 total. Doing like a brief, Control F search through the database, that series of 6 numbers does not show up anywhere else.
Who had remote access to this console?
There wasn't really remote access to it. There's a chair in here for people to come in and access it.
So there's... Okay.
But...
That's not fun.
So you guys are welcome to search this for whatever information you would like. On that check, though, Thinker, you don't find those specific numbers. You do notice, though, there are a number of corrupted files in the server room logs as well. Just spread out all over the data, there are just a number of these files that have been corrupted but are still accessible.
Okay.
So
Now he's turned the server back on. Can we like access it like from a terminal now?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm
Access what
just
terminal?
wondering if I could, yeah, like kind of like if say over here try to like let's check what the last news was on this computer.
Can I also
Well,
start
that's what can be
transferring...
checked from the server room here. Those are the ship controls, Durgesh.
Can I also start transferring
Oh, I
all
don't know
data
that.
from these servers into our servers?
That's a massive data transfer, but you could begin it.
How long would that take?
Hours. Minimum.
But could we see if there's like any like news updates or see when those would have stopped?
Yeah, you can absolutely get some of the general information of seemingly what has news has come through here if you want.
Yeah, I want to look up race scores so I can bid on them when we get back.
Were you betting on the ponies?
Yeah.
I pull
So-
up the ship's historical logs of ponies.
There's unfortunately no betting logs in here, mainly because things got real fucked about 200 years ago.
Oh.
I've
That's when we
been,
left, right?
I've been calling the events the drift crash. That is how it is noted in these logs as what occurred.
Ooh.
That's the first time
Drift
any of us are.
travel. Yeah, this is the first time you are hearing the official term drift crash. The drift itself, 200 years ago, shut down. And after that, there was a series of wars that broke out between the factions that still had just general access to interstellar travel. Not drift travel, just interstellar travel.
Who were
So
the key factions?
any faction that had ships fought. The Hell Knights and the Knights of Galarian,
Yeah.
the cults from Eox, Akaton, Octurne, everything fought. These killed, untold numbers of people, and all of the survivors since went into hiding. Following the drift crash, within about 90 years, interstellar trade, travel, and communication had completely ended across
So-
the galaxy.
For the past 200 years, shit has just been fucked.
Ever since the crash, things have only gotten worse, and for
Oh,
the last
boy.
110 years or so, there has only been silence in space.
That's...
There's only what? There's no longer like a
Yeah, because drift beacons were used for the infosphere.
fuck.
Every planet had their own infosphere, but the
Ah.
drift beacons was how interstellar communication was performed. Ever since the drift crash occurred, drift travel was never regained.
Bitch.
Now, interestingly, taking a look through the news, there is an important piece of news that made its way to this ship a few weeks after the drift crash, and accompanied with it is a pretty harrowing looking image.
This is a 200-year-old ship.
Oh yeah.
How old is
These
this
ships
ship?
have been around since before the drift crash. Dream
Okay.
stations were all set up by Desna's church.
Okay. So it is not weird that this is
No,
a ship that has been alive for this long. Okay.
no. The
You have a
picture,
sweet image to look at.
I wouldn't call it sweet Durgesh because it's the remains of Absalom Station.
How many corpses?
That's the thing, you don't see any corpses. But you see the station itself nearly unrecognizable. The central spire snapped in twain. The various habitat sections around its edges ripped and twisted into these almost grotesque shapes. Massive sections of the hull just sort of hanging in the weightless expanse of space, barely still attached to the rest of the station. In that picture, there are captured these waves of energy rippling through space around the station. Like almost undulating currents of light that... I mean, there's only one real way to describe it from what your eyes are seeing. The only way you can comprehend is that these energy waves exist more than just the 3 dimensions that you are able to comprehend. There is a picture, or part of this picture, when you zoom in, or even just an attached zoom in, of the center of the station where the Starstone is. Where the Starstone was. Because the Starstone itself has seemingly vanished, leaving behind just a void darker than space itself, with the energy waves emanating from this space, curling outwards and devouring whatever it comes in contact with. The news article describes that it was a wave of 4th dimensional energy that erupted through the drift that destroyed every drift beacon in the galaxy, including the Starstone. And it didn't just fall apart or vanish. The Starstone exploded, destroying Absalom Station and killing everyone on board. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end for the Pact Worlds, as they were known. So, the last bit of news you're able to find is more so the ship's logs than actual news. And these are from 378 AG, so 56 years after the drift crash occurred, is when the glitch gremlins got onto the ship and into the computers. And from what you're able to find, they spent years terrorizing the Decimar who ran this station before they ultimately reactivated the drift engine. Which, when there's no drift for the drift engine to interact with, it kind of folded in on itself and released another wave of 4-dimensional energy that was absorbed during the destruction of the drift beacons. And that is what killed the entirety of the station's crew and raised them as undead.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Incredibly cool.
Fun
Awesome.
times all around, right? So shit's extraordinarily fucked. But that is the general timeline information you're able to pick up from the computers here. So,
Glad to say we didn't kill everyone.
you can be reasonably confident through this information and your deductions that it wasn't your fault the drift crash occurred. It simply occurred at an unfortunate time for you.
Mm-hmm.
as you guys are going through the logs and files, Thinker has stepped away. So, Amara, could I get a computer check from you, please?
Mm-hmm. Public or blind?
Oh, this can be public. 22. Okay. Yeah. A number of the files are, corrupted, semi-broken. So it does take a little bit of time to convert them into a format that can be opened and sort of gotten rid of anything messing with them. Multiple of these files, you notice, all contain an image hidden within their code. This image being the exact same in all of these files, this massive, cuboid structure with hatches and engravings across each of its sides. And the entire building, or structure, I don't even want to say building, but structure, sort of shifts and change, rotating in space. It almost is like a Rubik's Cube. But imagine if a Rubik's Cube could rotate through another dimension as well, and that's sort of what it looks like. Notably, though, about those images you're finding in these files is that, all metadata, automated descriptions of these images are describing it as a blank file.
This is which file?
These are some of the glitched and corrupted files that have been fixed up into a readable format, having these hidden images in them.
Oh, Thinker. Seems like you got a puzzle on hand. Have fun.
That's very funny.
This would be quite a lot of fun for me, yes.
Welcome back.
I will do my best to either continue fixing up the images or try to pull more information from whatever of these corrupted files still remain.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Hello.
Okay.
The hard...
sorry. My internet went out.
no.
The last thing I heard was we're reasonably sure the drift crisis wasn't our fault.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's happened since then, but...
Just
Found some weird pictures.
Yeah, hidden images in some of the corrupted files of... I imagine an extra-dimensional Rubik's Cube. Where its, surfaces shift and change as it rotates. The weird thing about them is that the computer does not recognize the existence of these images. The metadata, any descriptions of these files just describe them as blank.
Okay. Sorry, I'll let Thinker finish up, but then I had something I was trying to say, but my internet cut out, so...
I finished up what I was going to say. I just take some time. I'm just plugging away at a console trying to get all of the data.
Yeah. What about you, Kamana?
In that case, Kamana will raise the idea. Do you think maybe with our weird engine, since it has time coordinates, maybe if we gather knowledge here about what caused the drift crisis, we can head back in time and stop it from happening in the first place?
No, I doubt that.
Um,
Just due to the nature of the bootstrap paradox, we would either be transferring to an alternate dimension in where we never caused the drift crisis to occur there, but this drift crisis would still happen, or we would rend space-time apart and doom the universe, which is slightly worse than the drift crisis.
mm, I mean, can we at least investigate and see if we can do it? I don't want to just give up on the possibility without... If we can stop all of this from happening, this was really bad. Like, really, really, really bad.
As a
Jericho.
general reminder for you, Kamana, the fourth set of number inputs in your guys' engine is not for time. It is for no
I'm sorry.
known data input that you guys are aware of.
I'm sorry. I
No worries.
apologize.
But
Do we know
there
it?
was a set of numbers on these computers when you booted them up that would fit that space exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know what they mean.
Would my description of the paradoxes that would be caused...
Certainly a possibility.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
know-
put a tentacle on Kamana's shoulder as I type and go, absolutely. I will most certainly dedicate time to researching this.
Thank you, Thinker.
I will not do that in the slightest. Because I'm trying to make Kamana feel better.
I'll take a look at the time dimension because I'm going to be entering that in at some point. Because I'm not going to be staying in this shitty future.
Well, as you guys are having these conversations, I do need a perception check from Durgesh and Kamana.
Oh. Oh no.
As Amara and Thinker are the ones primarily focused on the computers.
I was
don't
going to
like
ask if I can, at some point, maybe look at that image of that weird Rubik's Cube and
Yeah.
try and make sense of it.
You can certainly try.
I'm not sure what skill I would use for that.
Recall knowledge.
Oh, gross. That sounds terrible.
May I attempt to recall knowledge alongside?
Yeah, anyone who's taken a look at that picture may in fact make a recall knowledge check to try and figure out what it is.
Oh boy, I love recall knowledge.
What the fuck?
That sounds good for me.
That sounds really good. Durgish got a nat 20. Durgish cracked it.
Y'all, fuck off with the rolls.
No.
Okay, well, very interesting. So here's the thing, right? Out of all of you, 2 nat 20s, a 17, and a 19 were rolled. Taking a look at this thing. Which is really impressive, and why all of you can say without a shadow of a doubt, you have no fucking clue what this thing is.
Nice.
However, Thinker.
It's my name.
Everyone here, by the way, Kamana, can I get a perception check from you still?
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Everyone else, Thinker, as their dreams took place here.
Yeah, but mine didn't.
Yours did
I've
not.
not forgotten.
Yours took place somewhere else. And as you take a look at this image, Thinker,
Shut the fuck up.
that cube is where that server room from your dreams is. You don't know why you know, but you know.
So it's not a Rubik's Cube, it's That's
No,
a station.
perhaps. Interestingly enough, the name does come to your head.
What's the name?
Tesseract.
Fuck
boy.
you.
When do you bring that name up to everyone?
Yep, immediately.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the screen and I just say it out loud.
Because of that name, not because of the picture, because none of you have seen this thing before, but the name Tesseract, Kimana and Durgesh, the two of you recognize.
Mm-hmm.
The Tesseract is this impossibly ancient landmark that exists in the drift. Its creators vanished forever ago.
Huh.
Unfortunately,
we'll be
even though you
making the
guys
test
rolled
correct.
nat 20s, the DC for this information makes those only a success. So anything further than that, you don't know. You just know that it is a strange, permanent landmark that exists within the drift.
Oh. So that's what that is.
Hmm.
How
I
does
didn't know that.
You guys
How
are
does it help us though?
Kimana,
Mhm.
you notice something strange. Durgish, Amara, Thinker, you don't notice anything because you're focused on the screens. The light from them is sort of keeping all of your attention. Kimana, you're the only one who notices that the light within the rest of the bridge is getting darker.
Oh,
Something
s-
beyond the
s-
view screen is blotting out the stars.
guys. Come on, I'm looking
What,
out.
Kimana?
Out past the viewfinders.
I'll turn around.
Also, you should heal yourself at some point.
You guys would have had more than enough time. It's been 4 hours before this that you could have healed up and be at full vitality network. Kamana?
Hmm.
As some of you begin... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm fine.
Just say, as some of you step out of the server room into the bridge, you can see something in the distance, a dark silhouette of some large thing, blotting out the starlight and making it hard to tell exactly what it is. As you step out here, though, after a moment or so, one of the lights on the consoles begin to flicker. Those of you who know ships well enough recognize it's the button to accept an incoming communication.
Oh. I push it.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
Fantastic! The
Hello?
view screen flickers to life with a figure standing at attention, hands folded behind their back, wings outstretched, armor worn.
Fast girl, Kimana, how did you get here?
A slightly older looking version of a familiar devil. The one who chased you out of hell itself.
I turn off.
Oh boy.
I punched her, gosh.
Are you just turning it off immediately when you recognize this
No. I don't think I
Okay.
would.
All right,
It
I'll
would
go
be
get
funny,
the ship ready.
Yeah, Amara, are you
Thank you.
rushing over to the Primarata when this person
Yes.
shows up? Okay. Primarata was
It's,
this way, by the way. On the starboard
To
side.
the south.
Yeah. On the view screen behind this figure, you can see an entire crew of devils standing at the ready. But the stone-faced figure gives a curt smile as the screen blurs to life and she views all of you, seeing Amara immediately run out of the room towards the ship. Hello again. It's
Oh,
been,
uh-
what, 2 centuries?
I have a very
Sure.
I have a compliment to pay to you, but I think you'll take it as an insult. And I very much want to be clear. This is a compliment, not an insult, okay?
Do tell.
You don't look a day over 150.
Thinker.
I'm sorry.
That's all you have to say after all this time?
No, hi, hello. Where was Amara going? Sorry.
The ship.
To your guys' ship.
Okay. Okay, come on, we'll keep talking and say, Hi, we're really, really, really sorry about what happened with your sister. It was not our intention to do that. We kind of got caught up in the drift crash and we ended up teleporting to hell and I um I still have her bangles if you want these back as a memento. Kamana will show off the bangles.
An apology for the death of my sister. How quaint.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I had reason enough to hate you when you had killed her. I may have even grown to accept an apology one day. But then, you had genocide, interstellar destruction to your list of
hold
crimes.
Oh,
Do you think I would forgive you for that?
Whoa.
No,
Hold on. What did we do?
That's not our fault.
It's not your fault after what you did in the Tesseract.
The what?
Who said that? Who was she looking at when she said that?
All of you.
Fuck her.
No,
We've never been to the Tesseract. What are you talking about? What happened there?
Yeah, explain yourself.
See how it is. No interest in atoning for your crimes.
No, we only
Interest in
just
knowing what the
found-
crimes were.
You know exactly what you did. I was there, and so were you.
No, we really. What are you talking about? We
weren't there. Wait, hold on. We haven't been there yet.
Fuck. Time travel. God
No.
damn it.
In case you haven't noticed, we have not changed since we last saw you.
There's many places in the universe. Many small holes you can find and hide yourselves in. Decided to come crawling out, though.
It has been 200 years since you saw us. Since we saw you last.
Aye, and I've been looking forward to the day I saw you again ever since.
Have you seen us since you saw us in hell? Because we have not seen you since we saw you in hell.
She gives you a look for a moment that almost looks like she believes you. Almost.
Fucking damn it. Okay, we're just gonna explode her.
Because as she just said, there are weird places in the universe. However, there's very clearly something she knows and has even experienced that you guys haven't.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever that is has driven her far beyond any point of reasoning with.
Oh, okay. I think Amara's right. I think we need to get out of here, like now.
Amara's booting the ship.
Okay.
If you
well
all
then.
won't even show remorse, maybe you've blocked out the memories a bit. I wouldn't blame you for such a thing, but I've been waiting
Our
a
ship
long
is-
time for this.
Our ship is powered by chaos.
Guys,
We don't go in a straight line with time anymore, apparently.
I think we should just go. I don't know if we can talk to her about this.
I'm buying time.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
You're
Well-
trying to, but the next words
I'm-
out of her mouth. Gunnery officer, fire at will.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Why are you trying to
That's
buy
where we're gonna
time
take a
when
break.
we all need to get there?
We're trying to get you out first, Kimana!
Come with me.
No, fuck you.
Kamana's not leaving unless you leave.
Well,
Captain goes down with the ship. It's my ship now.
this isn't even your ship.
Oh, right.
The engines of this ship, by the way, you guys know for a fact, are ruined. Because
Yeah. Shocker.
the gremlins had tried to reactivate the drift engine and caused it to collapse in on itself.
Those idiots.
Those dummies.
Oh, they did that on purpose.
Oh,
Should be back.
those
Idiots.
dummies.
Yes. Stand up, grab some water, everyone. I will see you all in a few minutes, as you will have to escape from. Have you guys ever actually met this devil's name? I don't recall if she actually told
No.
you it or not.
No.
She never introduced herself
Okay.
to us.
She should
Didn't
have.
really give us a chance.
Well, maybe she'll do that in the Tesseract when we see her next.
Maybe. When you guys eventually get to the Tesseract, it seems.
So the Tesseract exists somewhere outside of the Drift now.
No. Oh, yes, potentially. It is a location
she
in
went
the
there.
Drift, but I suppose if you guys have been there, then maybe there's a way to access it from outside the Drift.
Yeah.
Who's to say? Get
Well,
something to drink,
we've
I'll see you
been
all
in
a few.
there. See ya.
All right, everyone, welcome back.
I hate it here.
So, as we are picking up, Amara, you've made it back to the Primarata. Kimana, you have left the bridge, as Thinker and Durgish were trying to unsuccessfully buy time, because the devil simply does not wish to make the mistake she made 200 years ago in just sending waves of minions to try and take over your ship. She's choosing the quick and simple destruction route at this point.
Rude.
So as
Pretty
lasers
rude.
begin to rain down upon the Dream Station itself, the Primarata, as you're boarding it, Amara, you actively notice that there are already grapples attached to it. That it seems like the ship is called the Infernal Directive, set up before coming into view and hailing you guys.
What was Cobalt doing?
Napping.
Sleeping. It's nighttime
God.
now.
Damn it.
Sleeping on his thumbs and spinning.
God
It's like
damn it,
11
Cobalt.
p.m.
What do we pay you for?
You're
We
not
don't pay
paying.
him.
Yeah.
I know that.
So I guess we're running back to the ship, and I'm slow.
Yeah. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative here for me. Just so we have a general idea of what order things are getting done in.
Roll with piloting. Is that okay?
I'm sorry?
Ooh.
Can I roll with piloting since that's what I'm doing?
Uh,
I'm gonna say no on this. Because you aren't gonna be able to quite pilot the ship away right now, because it's been grappled by the Infernal Directive. So the cables will need to be released or removed before your ship can actively get away.
I
As I
spacewalking.
see the cape, I'll tell everyone else there's grappling hooks attached to the ship.
Yeah.
Alien.
Kimana, can I get an initiative roll from you, please?
Yeah.
All right. So, there are effectively multiple obstacles going on right now, because while most of you have to rush back to the Primarata as the Dream Station is under fire, Amara, you're already back at the ship. So, right now, before the ship can get up and away, you need to figure out how to remove the cables of the ship.
I'm
Which
really not feeling like a Primarata girl at this moment.
some of the simple checks to do so, computers, if you want to try and hack the Infernal Directive to release the cables, or more crafting if you wanted to actively access the tools on the ship's exterior to cut the cables.
I'll
But
go
you
for
are
hacking.
first. Go for it. These are group objectives, so there will typically need multiple successes to be made before the objective is cleared. And 11 is not a success.
Yo.
but getting up to a 22, very good. Yeah,
Hmm.
easily breaking past the first few firewalls, trying to wrestle controls of the cables free. Definitely somewhat works. Your ship's not quite entirely free yet, but is pretty close. Probably about halfway to being free at this point. Durgesh.
Oh shit.
Main obstacle for you is sprint back to the ship unless you have other things you would like to do.
No, I gotta hustle.
Okay, I need
That's what-
from you athletics, reflex, or acrobatics because the station's being fired upon. So sprinting, or also just maintaining a general balance as the station begins to collapse in on itself.
Athletics, you say?
Yeah, that's definitely an option.
That's one of the few things I'm good at.
Fantastic. You're going to make it back to the ship just fine, without any sort of issue. And you are just fine here.
I think I can get to the door.
How would you like to try and make it back to the ship?
Can I go ahead and cast motivating ringtone on myself since it gives me a bonus to move speed?
Okay.
Can I like get a status bonus when I go for an athletics check or
Yeah, I'll
something?
give a +1 status bonus to the roll.
Only +1, okay.
This is how you can tell that
It's
Mr.
a
Jerry.
Not
plus
like I'm
5
using a
foot
spell slot.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You'll be
That's a very
fine.
good roll. As you motivate yourself, get your own music playing in the background, and sprint your way back to the ship, sort of keeping pace with Durgesh. The two of you sprint through the airlock on board. Thinker, you're the last one who has to get there.
How likely is it that the ship will be destroyed in a single round?
We're not really measuring in direct rounds right now.
In a single... I want to get the files of the Tesseract onto our ship.
So that's how
How
he
likely
died.
is it that I can do that without dying?
Impossible.
I run.
This is a
You have the
capital
numbers.
class ship firing upon the Dream Station that has no defenses up. It's not going to last longer than a minute.
I run as fast as I can.
Okay?
I'm just going to try to remember as much as I can about it then.
Floating your way back. Go ahead and give me one of those 3 checks.
Reflex, athletics.
Or acrobatics.
You know, it's funny for me. It's all the same roll.
Very funny.
Head here.
As not
Sorry,
good
it's-
thinker.
Yeah,
That is a
well,
regular failure. But that turns it into a success. Okay.
fuck.
As the Infernal Directive fires a full volley at the Dream Station. It's not just a ship that has port and starboard weapons. The number of turrets that thing has is a little horrifying. Less than a minute, you all sprint back onto your own ship as multiple, effectively massive laser beams rend the Dream Station into 3 distinct pieces that proceed to explode in outer space. Silently, of course. Now that you guys are back on board, you've got a couple things that are effectively all going on at once that all need to be accomplished. Thinker, you've got coordinates that could feasibly be put into the Signal Chaos engine.
Yep. That's
Might
my
get
goal.
you out
That's
of
what I'm
here.
doing immediately.
There are the grappling hooks put onto your ship from outside. There are also multiple Hellfighters that are being deployed from the Infernal Director or Infernal Directive to come in and shoot down your ship. That'll need your guys' skilled pilot probably to maneuver the ship and dodge those shots right now. Those are the main things that need to be accomplished: getting the whips down, avoiding the incoming fire, and programming the engine. There are going to be more things that occur as this chase develops, but the longer any of these take to complete, the more damage your ship is going to take. So, coming into round 2, now that you are all aboard, Amara, what would you like to try and accomplish here?
Get to the piloting seat now that there's others who can hack.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's just me. Because Finker has to put in the coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the hacking first. Let's get those
Okay.
grapplers away.
I can assist with hacking if that's a higher priority.
Everything needs to be overcome, but programming and activating the engine is what will potentially get you fully out of here.
Mm-hmm.
A 14 is not a success, Amara.
Last year point, but let's get going.
All right. A 19 is going to be enough as everyone else gets aboard the Primarata and begins making their way to the various stations. You get the last set of commands through, Amara. The hacking is complete. You have managed to access the grappling cables of the Infernal Directive and get all of them to simultaneously release your ship as it jolts away from the docking bay of the Dream Station. What remains of it, at least. The ship begins to take off, and now it's just a matter of flying away. Durgesh, what are you going to try and do here?
Actually, I have a question. In putting those numbers into the Chaos Engine thingamajiger, does that involve a check?
That'll be computers.
Okay, I will do. I was like, if it's just pushing buttons,
Yeah.
but if it's computers checked, then no.
Right now, the two main skills, it seems, are going to be piloting to actually avoid incoming fire and computers to get the coordinates in. However, Durgesh, you understand a couple things as well, that your ship is still amidst the diaspora right now. With the debris of the Dream Station and the asteroids in the area, someone's going to need to get on the guns to clear a path forward.
Yeah, that was going to be my next step, would be to do that.
Yeah. If you wanted to go get on the guns and start shooting at debris to try and clear your guys' path to reduce the risk of that sort of impact occurring, you're welcome to do so.
I never made an item for the ship weapons, and I only have the garbage injection system.
It's the most important weapon in our...
It's the most important weapon.
I'll just rename it to Light Laser Cannon. Change the stats. Yeah, I'll do. That's what I'll do, though.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me an attack roll with it.
It's 2d4.
Well, the damage does not particularly matter here. I'm more so just
looking
for the number of successes.
Yeah, I'm just so I can have the. That's funny.
It's a little goofy.
Bleh.
A 24, fantastic. Yeah, immediately you use the ship's cannon to begin obliterating the nearby debris that is beginning to obfuscate your path forward. There's still some that you guys run the risk of running into while dodging incoming fire, but at the very least, this isn't that bad for now. Kimana, what would you like to do?
I mean, what is there left to do? I mean, we've got the...
Well, everything still needs help. You could get on a gun and help. You could go try and program the engine. You could try and pilot away from fire. You're not particularly great at any of those skills, are you?
Nope.
You're good at intimidation and deception, right?
Yes.
One of them?
Yes.
Well, that might just help, Kimana, because as the sensors are going off, you realize that it isn't just incoming fire. The devil after you guys has input or prepared a multi-pronged attack, and multiple devils are attempting to teleport aboard the Primarata. So, as Cobalt and the other pirates begin to grab their own weapons to fight them off. If you wanted to use intimidation or deception to try and distract them as they're getting on and provide time for them to be taken care of, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do that.
You could also use computers to try and activate the ship's anti-magic arrays to counter the teleportation, but
Ha ha ha.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so just a deception check here then?
Yeah. And this can be public.
Mm-hmm.
That is an exact success on this skill.
Okay.
Hell yeah,
Alright.
come on.
Some of them definitely getting taken care of, but there's a lot teleporting on. Thinker, what are you attempting to do?
Inputted coordinates immediately. We need to get out, because the moment I get these coordinates inputted, we can do a jump, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, computers.
My favorite little description that I wrote for this chase objective is, the PCs don't understand how the Signal Chaos Engine works. That's not going to stop it from activating, though.
Can I convince you to let me use engineering lore rather than computers to
this
lower
is
the
more computers. Because this is actively inputting the coordinates rather than making it just generally work.
I'm going to hero
16
point
just
that.
barely fails.
I'm going to hero point that.
Sounds good.
22.
That is a success. Yeah, forcing your tentacles in through the chaotic energies, you begin inputting the coordinates. It's not fully done. It's a lot of characters you gotta input in. Here's the other question for you, Thinker. You're putting in the last 6 digits, correct, right?
Yes.
Are you putting in the rest of the coordinates as they were on the screen, or are you putting in different coordinates? Because those you know are X, Y, and Z coordinates.
I will put in every coordinate that I saw on that screen.
Okay, as written. For better or for worse. Fantastic. All right. Well, at the end of this round, you have managed to get rid of the infernal whips that are grappling onto the ship. You are in the process of beating back the assault of the teleporting devils. Unfortunately, there's the fire incoming from the deployed Hellfighters. The Primarata is going to take a few hits on its shield here, which is not great, but there's only so many of you and so much going on that a few hits, if that's all you have to deal with, isn't the worst. I should explain probably above table to make this a bit simpler. After 6 rounds, an ending will be determined based off of how many of these different obstacles you manage to fully overcome.
So this is lasting 6 rounds no matter what we do.
Unless you can get away, but for the most part, yes. This will be, at the end of 6 rounds, we're going to tally up how many hits the ship took to determine the damage and whether you escaped the Infernal Directive or not. But right now, you guys haven't failed to check. You're doing real good. So we are back to the top of the round at round 3. Amara, we're up to you.
I'm running to the pilot seat at my speed of 30.
Awesome. Yeah. There's no real need to roll for getting 2 different areas. You are instantly able to hop off of a console, get into the pilot seat, and begin piloting away. Am I correct in understanding you would like to try and perform evasive maneuvers?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me that piloting check. Dodge all that incoming fire. A 14 is not a success, Amara. So sorry.
Oh, well.
Do you have another hero point?
I don't.
Amara's used them all. The zombies and lice really sucked those hero points out of you guys.
I mean, we needed to use them for the zombies, and especially the lice.
Yeah, the lice were the most important enemy to take down. I understand.
I was dying.
Those things had Durgesh cornered.
They really did.
Yep.
He taken 8 damage, Jericho. I don't think you realize how much damage that is.
You know what? Out of Durgish's 36, little under 25%, I really wasn't thinking. Yeah, that's a dangerous amount of health to lose. Durgesh, we're up to you. Are you going to continue trying to destroy the debris, or do you want to go help somewhere else?
Probably just keep shooting debris and maybe enemy fighters if you're chasing us.
Sure.
All right.
I'll let you decide. Do you want to focus on clearing out the rest of the debris and provide you guys a straight shot, or do you want to try and fire back on the Hellfighters?
Fight the Hellfighters. I think I'm gonna. Despite that roll, I think they have it under control.
Okay. So shooting the Hellfighters.
Right side. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. I guess. All right. Eat laser.
Eat loser laser.
Eat laser loser. Loser lasers.
16. Let me actually check. A 16 is not a success against the Hellfighters.
I have 1 hero point remaining.
Okay.
By the power of the zombies who loved their families.
Because of the +10, that's gonna make it succeed.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
some of the
that's not my hero
Hellfighters
points.
are forced to retreat from your onslaught, giving you guys a bit of a chance at this point. But you are going to be approaching some debris, and with firing coming from the other side, you've got enemies on both fronts effectively that need to be taken care of. And the enemies on the inside still. Kimana, what are you doing?
I guess more deception.
Sure. Yeah, there's still more enemies, so trying to distract them is absolutely something that can be done.
Oh, look at that. Exact success again.
It's so consistent. Yeah. You've got the sensors letting you know where devils are teleporting onto the ship, so letting the other people know where they're going to be appearing, and then, immediately yelling at the devils from a different direction so they turn as soon as they appear, only to get shot in the back of the head. Works wonders.
I do have the ventriloquist ring.
It makes it real easy. Thinker.
I need to finish these coordinates.
Yeah, you are welcome to do so.
Fail me now. You have
It's
failed me now.
If you have a hero point.
I don't.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
And those lice.
It was the lice. No.
Deadly, Jericho.
They're, real dangerous lice. I understand. Okay. The engine is not fully programmed at this point. The energies of the drift as you're trying to input the coordinates sort of zap, and there is an almost magnetic repulsion pushing your tentacles out of the energy field, and leaving the coordinates only partially put in at this point. Incoming fire is still occurring. The aft shields of the Primarata are getting battered through, going offline at this point almost, and some raking fire is beginning to hit the back end of your ship, while simultaneously some of the other asteroids in the diaspora are making dodging extremely difficult here. Kamana's still doing a great job, though, of holding off the infernal assault that's preventing any penalties from being applied to anyone on their rolls, so that's a very good thing to be holding off. But it's going to take at least one more round here. Amara, we're back up to you. A 21 at that point is going to be enough for you guys to get ahead a bit, dodge behind some asteroids, and leave the vast majority of the Hellfighters in the dust.
200 years again, bitch.
Getting you at a safe distance that your shield regeneration is able to keep up with the few shots that do hit. And for now, you are safe from any more incoming shots. There is still a maze of asteroids in front of you to deal with, though. Durgesh, what are you doing?
Well, the fighters are falling behind, and I'll start shooting the rocks.
Sounds good.
Pew, pew, pew. Garbage.
That's not a good roll, Durgesh.
Nope.
Okay. Kimana, there are a few enemies left. You guys are theoretically out of teleportation range of the Infernal Directive at this point, but there are a few more enemies on board. And that is more than
No
enough
more.
to throw them off just enough for the fighters you do have available to pick them off one by one. Kian coming out with his solar weapon and managing to behead the last of the imps that has come aboard during this time. That assault has ended. Thinker.
Hell yeah.
You
Third
guys
time's a
have
charm, baby.
half a moment to breathe here.
Third time's a charm, baby. Third time is indeed the fucking charm.
Okay.
Unless you tell me this is just a failure.
That is not a failure, that is a success.
Fuck.
Did you want it to be a failure?
No!
Okay.
Why did you say
Why did you
word?
curse?
I said thank fuck.
Oh.
We just heard the fuck.
The fuck? Yeah.
Oh. No, I'm happy.
All right.
Yes, I would like us to get blown out of the sky by this asshole demon.
Thinker, as
Book this
you
campaign.
input the last of the coordinates, thrusting your tentacles back in, not caring about the burning pain you feel, the bits of your flesh that is rent from your tentacles. You input the final 6 coordinates into it and radio to Amara to punch it.
Punching it on command. Let's go.
Okay. As you activate willingly the Signal Chaos engine here and make your way into the chaotic space stream, your ship punching through reality once more into a strange time-space tunnel, the 3rd time you've been in one of these tunnels. Once more, though, reality bending around you, different planes of existence all flashing by as you travel. You also notice, those of you on scanners, you didn't quite evade every enemy. 2 Hellfighters made it into the chaotic space stream with you and are currently chasing you down through time and space. Things are not over as the environment itself around you, that tunnel of space-time, begins to destabilize. Not like it did where it seemed to almost glitch out when you were traveling between Veskworld and this future, but as if it is crumbling, falling apart, like when a sandcastle collapses in on itself. Different realities and planes begin to crack inwards, breaking into the stream and threatening to hit your ship, the environment immediately becoming 20 times more chaotic than it was even when the Infernal Directive was firing upon you. This chase isn't over. Amara, you guys have a couple options right now. You can, of course, still use piloting to try and avoid dangers. You guys could use attack rolls to try and destroy both any incoming dangers and the Hellfighters chasing behind. You could use crafting or engineering lore to try and hold the ship together as the environment impacts it. You could also use computers, make adjustments to the engine and the screen that's attached to it. You don't know what it does, but maybe it'll help. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pilot.
Go for it. Give me that piloting roll. Okay.
Pilot like hell.
Fantastic. Immediately reacting. You fought battles in space before. Incoming debris is not something new to you, and you know how to avoid it well. So you take the lead as soon as this stuff starts coming at you to avoid it without much issue. Durgesh, that brings us to you. What are you doing?
You said there's some Hellfighters chasing us?
Absolutely, yeah. You want to shoot
I'm
them?
gonna shoot some garbage. I'm gonna shoot some garbage at them.
Nice.
Or not.
Unfortunately, ejecting garbage into the space-time stream, not your smartest moment, Durgesh. I'm very excited to see where some of Kimana's old records end up in reality.
Oh, those are worth money these days.
Well,
Why
in
are
the
they in
future,
the garbage?
maybe.
Why did you put them in the garbage injection system?
Were those her early albums, or were those the good albums, or were those like the shitty albums?
You know, it
Even
was
the
the
shitty albums are like collector's items.
it was the stack of like vinyl rejected covers for some of the hollow records. It wasn't actually any of the records. It was just like the rejected designs of some of the covers.
That could have been sold at a premium, though.
You still have some. Just maybe it's even more of a collector's item now. Who knows?
You cannot blame me for this. Why you put that in the garbage injection system?
That's the rest of the
I
campaign.
didn't put
is
that in the garbage
mystery.
ejection system. I did not do that. Who did
I
that?
keep telling you guys, if you don't want to lose it, don't put it in there.
Who put the album covers in the garbage
I get on
injection system?
I send that question to everyone on the ship.
This campaign becomes a mystery campaign.
This is a murder mystery now.
It was Cian. We have to space him now.
Oh,
That's the punishment.
No, it was
Oh no.
Vesworld Kimana who somehow got on this ship as a virtual reality duplicate they created as part of the song that Kimana was putting together,
No.
acting out of spite. Kimana, do you have anything you'd like to try and do to help the ship get through this chaotic environment?
I can't think of anything. Okay. I do have I have sparkling performance. I can create a diversion using performance.
You know what? If you wanted to try and put on a performance and distract the incoming Hellfighters and make them crash into some of the harmful environments that are breaking in, I'll allow that. Why not?
Yes.
That sounds fantastic.
Linman made them. Linman made them.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making them listen to my song.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Impromptu concerts.
I also I'll go ahead and roll and then I'll link my funny video.
That's a good roll.
Let's see the funny video.
Absolutely, one of the Hellfighters immediately shifts slightly. They might have been a fan back when you played live. Who knows? But they immediately veer and crash into a piece of debris, seemingly perhaps bobbing their head along to the music and no longer quite paying attention.
Was there a Kamana sticker on the on the Hellfighter?
Not anymore, unfortunately. The devil around 180 years ago went around through all of the Hellfighters on board and specifically took off any Kimana memorabilia.
Oh man.
Now we have to extra kill her.
But some people
Spite
are
from
still
that
hidden
bitch.
fans.
They should be. I salute the man as he dies.
All right, Thinker, what are you going to do? Are you going to try and hold the ship together, or are you going to make unknown adjustments on the control panel?
I'm gonna hold the ship together with
Okay.
engineering.
Sounds good. We'll take the hits. I'm just going to keep it all together. Get the duct tape out.
Yep.
That's going to be enough.
Just enough?
It's not a crit success. Would you rather it be
Could
a
it be?
failure?
I'd rather it be a crit success.
You think the DC was a 12?
Yes.
Fucking delusional. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I've got good news for you guys. A little bit of bad news too, but mostly good news. With that last round of successes, you managed to hold the ship together, dodge the environmental debris coming in to actually reach the end of the space-time tunnel, heading exactly where it is the engine is trying to take you. The sort of slipstream itself tearing open as you spill outwards. Your ship at this point pretty damaged. The hull scorched and dented. The propulsion systems at this point are even beginning to flicker a bit erratically. You took some heavy damage on the ship that'll need to be fixed at some point, but the ship is still capable of flight for now. But you all are safe. The two Hellfighters do not follow you. And the first thing you notice as the ship comes to a shuddering halt, coming out of the engine or out of the time stream, the signal chaos engine flickering off at this point, the entire ship sort of powering down to conserve some power that was used in that whole chase. Your sensors are picking up drift beacons.
Oh boy.
Bacons.
The immediate
Best
bit of
pilot
information you were able to pull, it is in the year 322 AG. Interestingly enough, it's also a few weeks ago. Notably, it's about...
Before.
No, not before the drift crash. It's about
Oh.
40 seconds after the crash happened.
Oh.
You are back in time, it seems, back in your own time, in your own reality from what the quantum signatures are able to detect. Less than a minute after the crash occurred. That's the good news I have for you. There
And
is
the only, right?
a bit of bad news, though. Because I could never put you entirely out of danger, right?
Of course.
The monitors right now are picking up only mostly static, let's say. There's not really a good way to fancily describe this. Filling your guys' view screen right now is a black hole.
Oh boy.
A massive black hole surrounded by this chaotic cloud of debris that is moving ever closer to it as it circles. These floating hulks of twisted metal, likely from ruined starships, colliding with islands of crumbling rock torn from some unknown planet. There's also stranger things, the exposed roots of floating massive trees, like bigger than your starship trees. There's a stone ziggurat over there, just spinning erratically with, smaller debris it runs into being completely obliterated and chunks of sandstone occasionally breaking off and disintegrating. All around the Primarata, pieces of weird landscape are floating towards the black hole, caught in its gravity, as is your ship.
That's not good.
Your ship is not
Lovely.
alone, though. There is another ship that seems to have some signs of life nearby. A large, decrepit bulk freighter, sort of emerging through the gravitational well from behind this slab of snow-dusted granite. The ship very clearly stalled, slowly spinning with gaping holes in its hull. You do see, though, emergency lights blinking on the hull of the ship, and occasionally a light flickering from within one of the viewports. The ship does not appear to have power, though, and is just drifting slowly but inexorably towards the black hole. That is where we are going to end our session for tonight. That is also where we are going to reach level 3.
Yay.
Welcome back to your reality, your time. And that is the end of the first book of this campaign, The Perfect
Hooray.
Storm. Welcome to book 2, Nightmare Scenario.
What?
Is
It's not
that
gonna get any
literally the
better.
name of this book?
That is the name of book 2, yeah.
Ah, funny.
Night-
Why do you
Nightmare
hate us,
Scenario.
Will? Mr. Jericho, quick question for you.
Uh-huh.
Big fan of the show. Love all your work. Why do you hate us?
Thank you. I appreciate you coming on here today. That's a wonderful question. Who else has questions? You guys have survived, though. You have reached back to your time period, and, well, this book may be called Nightmare Scenario, but it's not all bad, I promise you that. Because there are people looking out for you still in the universe. After all, someone left you coordinates that brought you here to this black hole. So,
knowing we had a signal chaos drive.
Perhaps that person is around in this time period and may choose to meet up with you at some point.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
That was their risk. That was their get out of black hole card. Leave coordinates in the future.
Us to a black hole. Let's be clear.
They did send you to a black hole.
Yes, but their ship's broken.
True, actually, their ship is broken.
That ship is specifically a cosmonastery. It's a very fun word.
What the hell's an anchoring spell?
Anchoring is the trait that auto-sustains your... Or, I don't think it auto-sustains unless you have an ability for it, but you can use it when your warp reality is active. Like, your focus spell is an anchoring spell. It's a specific trait.
Fun. My focus spells become anchored.
Wahoo. That's just a general feature you got?
Yeah, that's just a thing. Yeah, if I warp reality with warp probability near my quantum field.
Oh, it makes your signature spells anchoring.
When I get signature spells, I get it. Also, my focus. My focus is also anchoring.
All your focus spells from which warper are anchoring already.
We have a group chat now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Oh, wait, no. While visible to one another, we can communicate telepathically.
I guess Wisp Ally can be a good signature spell.
And you get Network Spell as an action. Which lets you use an ally as the source, range, and AoE of a spell. But line of sight and line of effect has to met from both of you.
I can only bump one skill up, right?
Correct. You choose one skill to improve. You can either make a skill trained, or you can make one of your skills expert at this point.
Looks like I'm an expert in computers.
Nice.
Expert in piloting.
And whatever lore skill you get from your background automatically goes to expert.
That's Barathu. It's more than Barathu, actually.
It would be from your background, so business lore
Text
for you, Anchor.
Or business lore.
And anything you have additional lore for would also auto-increase. So specifically for you, Barathu lore would also.
Yes.
Awesome. And you guys get a skill feat and a general feat this level, plus second rank spells for those of you who are casters.
Oh, we do get a skill feat. No, I don't.
We get a skill increase.
Sorry, general feat and ancestry feat is what I meant to say.
I get that and the skill feat.
It's okay, we still love you.
That's
Oh, wow, they actually... Oh my god, they added Pathfinder things into... No, did they? Yeah!
The Starfinder stuff is in the Compendium browser now.
Thank... that's fucking awesome
access.
now. Thank god.
But this is where I'm going to officially end session, so if you guys want to hop off, rest, and feel better, you're welcome to do so and finish your level up at the start of the next session.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that.
Thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed. I know a lot of us are not feeling amazing right now, so please feel better. I will see you all next time.
All right, see ya.